Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply. This video is to bring you a closer look at the Cal Royal number BB5210 5x4.5 full mortise heavyweight ball bearing steel base hinge NRP US 10B. So that's quite a bit. Let's dissect the part number. First of all, it's a BB hinge. That means it's a ball bearing hinge. The 5210 specifically is a reference to the size of it being 5-inch tall by 4.5 wide, and the height is the first dimension given on these hinges. It wouldn't be 4.5 by 5; it'd be a 5 by 4.5. 5 by 4.5, like I said. It also means that it is a steel-based hinge. Okay. It means that it's heavyweight. The thickness of the leaf is 190 thousandths, and that's just over 3/16 of an inch. And that makes it it is a 5-knuckle hinge also, but it makes it a 4 ball bearing packet sort of hinge. When it's heavyweight, you'll get 4 ball bearing packets. Okay. The full mortise, you can see when the hinge is laid out flat here, the swag on the hinge leaves shows that when the leaves are brought parallel, they're meant to be mortised flush to the edge of the door and frame. This is a non-removable pin hinge, and that means that this hinge is going to have a set screw drilled and tapped in the knuckle. In the pin that's inside of here, there's a groove cut in it. When you hang the door, you'll loosen that set screw, drive your pin out, assuming that's how you're doing it. You'll see that groove that's cut in there. When you get the door hung and insert the pin back down, when you tighten that, the set screw fits into the notch of that pin, which prevents it from being driven out. And if you've ever tried to drive a pin out that's been set with a non-removable pin, you know that it's all but impossible to do, is the bottom line. And then oil rub bronze. That is the finish. It's available in several different finishes. This is a very nice, attractive oil rub bronze from Cal Royal. I wouldn't hesitate to use this whatsoever. It is certainly at least as good as average, if not better than average, in terms of the oil rub bronze finishes. This is a template pattern for a 5-inch tall hinge. Okay, there is a link below this video to the template, which shows everything important dimensionally about this hinge, and specifically the location of the screw holes. And speaking of the screw holes, screws are certainly included. Typically, you're going to get typically you would get all machine screws and half wood screws. This package has all wood screws and all machine screws per hinge, so you'd get 8 of each. You'd be wood door, wood frame, wood door, metal frame, metal frame, metal door, metal frame. You'd be all set for that. So the description below this video shows steel base, 190 thousandths, 5-knuckle, 4 ball bearing packets because it's considered heavyweight versus a standard weight, which is about 140 thousandths thick for a 5-inch hinge. Some options you can get on this, obviously the different finishes as we discussed earlier. You can also get this with or without the non-removable pin. If you're doing an exterior door and it swings out, you will most certainly want the non-removable pin to prevent the easy driving out of the pin and therefore removal of the door. A 5-inch tall hinge that is 4.5 wide tells me that the door is 1 3/4 thick, because that 4.5 is typical for 1 3/4. If you went with a 5 by 5, that would tell me you have a door that's 2-inch or 2 1/4 thick. 5-inch height tells me that you've got high volume, abuse, an exceptionally wide or tall door. Okay, if you've got an 1 3/4 door, 4.5 is the proper width, and it's difficult to make an argument not to use a 5-inch hinge. It is substantially more durable than the typical 4.5. So those are the scenarios by which you're going to encounter a 5-inch hinge that's still 4.5. And the fact that it's heavyweight tells me this door is going to be getting a lot of use. Okay. Cal Royal is a comprehensive provider of hinges. Not only hinges, full mortise like this, swing clear, full surface, half surface, half mortise. They olive knuckle. They have aluminum continuous geared hinges as well. But not only hinges, exit devices, door closers, panic hardware exit devices, lock sets, builder's hardware, etc. A very well organized company. They generally ship within 24 hours. We get stock orders from them in about once a week. Any questions on the Cal Royal BB5210 full mortise heavyweight ball bearing hinge or any other Cal Royal product, please feel free to reach out to us.